It's time for a Christmas recommendation video. If you are a book lover or you know book lovers, you know that book lovers love books. And that in mind, I wanted to tell you my recommended books that I discovered, read, or just simply enjoyed again, or would just always recommend for Christmas gifts for book lovers. So that said, let's just get into it. Okay, first up, A Deathly Irish Secret by Nancy N. Sullivan. This book is a fun, cozy mystery in Ireland, where the main character goes, she inherits a portion of an Irish castle, and when she gets there to enjoy her time and get to know the grounds, somebody dies, and she's an amateur sleuth, so she can't really keep her nose out of it no matter what she does. That's a fun one, really fast little read, but it's a good one. I like it a lot. Next up, A Long Cast by Mike Kurata. This book is humanity in a hug. It's a fishing memoir and like notes on how to do surf casting, but it's more about the people that Mike met when he went on these fishing trips and their stories and where they came from and their motivations and the life lessons that he learned. It's a very heartwarming book that just makes you want to give all of humanity a hug in like the best way possible. This one is for the young adult. It's fine. This one is for the young adult reader in your life. It's Dear Hero by Hope Bollinger and Alyssa Rote. Super fun chat fiction superhero romance. Superhero and a supervillain meet up to fight, and you guessed it, they fall in love. It's adorable. It's really cute. It's really sweet. This is an old cover. There's a new version of it now, but I love this book. It's a good one. Also, it's a fantastic one if you're like in a reading slump, because you can go through it really quickly, and you don't have to worry about like losing track of what's going on, because it's pretty easy to follow, which is really helpful too. Now for the one that I dropped. I read this book for the first time in high school, which was probably a little too early to read it, but that's okay. I survived, clearly. This is I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zusak. It is so good. The way that the main character learns how to love and what love is and how to care for his fellow humanity in this book is just... it's so good, because love doesn't always look the same, and it's a really good reminder that sometimes what you think somebody needs might not always be what they need. So highly recommend. Yes, this is the same author who wrote The Book Thief. This is a lesser known book though. I don't know, but it's very good. Highly recommend. My hair is in my eye. I was gonna try to go the whole video without moving it, but that was impossible. Oh no. Oh no. I'm good. I survived. I survived the attack of the hair 2024. Okay, next up, The Princess Bride, our beloved fantasy princess show. It's a book. It's based off of a book. It's based off of this book. Obviously, this is the movie cover, but it was... So if you look at this, it's S. Morgenstern's classic tale of true love and high adventure. And it's presented as the abridged version. This is the only version of the book that exists. So throughout the entire book, you have like these instances of just italics where the author is talking to you. And as a writer, this is one of the most brilliant ways to do fourth wall breaking that I think I've ever seen, because he created the whole world, he created all of the characters, he created the other book that he's abridging, and he's created the character who's doing the abridging, right? Like, S. Morgenstern doesn't exist. It's so good. Highly recommend. If you haven't read it but you love the movie, or if you know somebody who hasn't read it but they love the movie, give them this book for Christmas, because you get the backstories of people like Fezzik and Indigo. Oh gosh, the hair is still trying to attack me. Okay. Now for the books that I know for a fact I discovered this year because of the publication timeline. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. If you missed my half-hour rant about why I love this book, you should go watch that. It's literary genius wrapped up as YA dystopian fiction, okay? I don't care what you say, this book is poetic and literary, and there's so much symbolism and such strong theming and messaging baked into every aspect of this book, even down to the names. This is not something I got to talk about in the other video, but if you do any sort of name research and you look up the symbolism and the meanings of, or the stories associated with Sejanus and Coriolanus, it's just so good. Coriolanus, you know, that Roman general that Shakespeare wrote a play about? Yeah, that's the guy. Guess who relates to that? Not to give spoilers, because that's not what this video is for, but, and also Sejanus. Janus is the Roman god of being two-faced. Take that how you will. Anyway, this is the most incredibly composed book I read this year, I think. It is so brilliantly well done. And so if you have a friend or family member who loved The Hunger Games and they haven't read it yet, you should get them this book or the movie. Either way, they're both pretty good. The movie was a pretty good rendition. They changed some of the characterization, so like I get why they did it, but it's not the same characters. Like Coriolanus and Lucy Gray Baird are very different in the book as portrayed in the movie. So anyway, that's a good one though. Highly recommend. Next up, another one that you've seen me talk about recently if you're new to the channel. Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Chalice of the Gods. Fantastic young adult, dealing with a lot of the things that current modern young adults are dealing with as they approach college, as they figure out what it means to move away from home, and all wrapped up in the fun package of Percy Jackson battling monsters and Greek gods. So that's a good one too. Highly recommend. Lastly, In the Cards by Emily K. Bray. This is the first in the Cabram Chronicles, and it's such a clever use of magic. It is beautiful and brilliant, and asks the question, how does a young person deal with societal injustices? And what is too far? What is just right? When is it a cause that you need to act on? Etc., etc. So this book is very deep. Also, it has really cool magic in it, and it's probably what I would call urban fantasy. The whole thing takes place in a fantasy city. So if you like that sort of thing, highly recommend. It's a good one. It's gonna make you question some things about politics. So if you don't like that, maybe don't read the book, but it's a very, very well done book. Highly, highly recommend. Anyway, so I hope that helps you put together your shopping list for your loved ones. If you need any more help with that, I have many other recommendations that I can give. Hit me up in the comments. Throw books at me and be like, hey, I need somebody who I know likes this. What do I give them? And I will try my best to help you out. But there's a good variety there. I read across a wide variety of genres. There's nonfiction, there's fiction, there's fantasy, YA, adult, etc. That's this video. Until next time, I'll see you then. Merry Christmas and happy reading. until next time, I'll see you then. If you are still looking for other gifts that maybe aren't books, I do have a merch shop. We've got book bags, we've got t-shirts, we've got magnets, we've got stickers, we've got hoodies. So if you're interested in any of that, we've got mugs, man. You can caffeinate with me every single morning if you really wanted to. So if you're interested in any of that, I would really love it if you would check out that merch shop, either for you or for a friend, or to send your friend to buy you something. That also works at this time of year. So if you're interested, check it out. Have a great rest of your day. Merry Christmas. Until next time, I'll see you then.